And good morning, YouTube. Figured I'd share some of my ride home. I don't really do that much lately. I think I'm at the point where I don't really need to watch the traffic view. So it's Thursday, November 17th, 6:02 a.m. and I'm on Van Buren Street, heading westbound at 35th Avenue. I just got a message from my Chase banking app. Damn, text too small for me to see while I'm driving. That sucks. I imagine that one's important. Anyway, pretty good night at work considering that I got there so late, and then not only did I get there late, but I spent like 15 minutes just sitting and talking to myself in my car. I just wanted to get all that out though. It was yeah, the night before was just, that whole robot incident was pretty wild. And I talked to my friend Ariel, the one who I was talking to right before I walked into the robot area, about it. And yeah, he said that they came and talked to him and made him fill out an incident report as well. And he was a little worried about me, but like figured it'd probably be all right. Said that probably of all the things that made it not, you know, that made me not get fired over it, because it's very much a terminable offense, is the fact that it was clearly just an oversight on my part. It wasn't like the thing was operating or anything, and that when it happened, that I was, very cognizant of it. Immediately jumped out of the way, or jumped out of the area, and just immediately told my supervisor. So,
a very long time to ensure that it was safe, but when they entered the home, they found 5 dead on the
I don't usually get stuck right there at 27th Avenue. So three major accidents this morning. I don't know about how major, but traffic view on Google was showing 3 accidents along the I-10 between 27th Avenue and 51st Avenue, and that's all backed up. When I got on Van Buren, that was all backed up, and it was like green pretty much everywhere from 27th Avenue on, which doesn't mean I can take 27th Avenue up to get on I-10. At 27th Avenue, you can only go west on I-10, or you can only go west on I-10, you can't go east. And did I say I was heading west across 27th Avenue? No, I'm going home. I'm headed east. I get opposites confused. Yeah, I'm heading home, heading east. Yeah, from 27th Avenue, you can only go westbound onto I-10, trying to go east. So yeah, the next place you can get on eastbound directly on the I-10 is 19th Avenue, but there is a trick that you can get on between 27th and 19th, and I'm about to show that to you all right now, which is the main reason I decided to throw a little video. One of my cab driver tricks, figured I'd share it with y'all. Yeah, so when you're headed eastbound on Van Buren, you go 1 block past the freeway, hook her right here on 22nd Avenue. Somebody right in front of me apparently doing the same thing, although sure is driving on the left side of the road quite a bit there. But yeah, I just go a couple blocks down here to Adams, cross Monroe, come to Adams, hook a right, and come here to the freeway and hook a right. And it puts you right on the I-17 northbound. And of course the signs when you cross I-17 tell you if you want to get, northbound onto I-17 to turn left on the access road and go north on it. But if you do that, you're actually stuck on the access road all the way to the other side of McDowell, and you don't have the opportunity to to exit at I-10. Whereas if you get on there at Adams by going south 2 blocks, you've got the option of going either direction on I-10.
This could be one of the same of another crash I was reporting earlier at 51st Avenue in Camelback. May be one of the same, but maybe you're unlucky and you get two. This traffic report brought to you by Ghetto Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Ghetto Air Conditioning.
I didn't listen to the traffic report that closely, but anyway, I was just watching the Google traffic before I started this video. It did show there was starting to get a little bit of a buildup on I-10 going across downtown, but it didn't look too terrible bad. Although, wow, there's another emergency vehicle. It only takes a second for an accident to happen. It did look a little bit congested, but it looked like it was better than taking surface streets. And I guess I'm about to find out.
Almost 110 points. Opening bell, of course.
This is a little worse than I imagined it being.
20 minutes or so.
So,
For more money news, visit the Business Center at ktar.com.
So at work today, as I mentioned, I got there 11, ended up not clocking in until about 11:18, something like that. On one of my breaks, I was going through my A to Z just to make sure, you know, the Amazon HR app, just to make sure I I didn't need to put PTO on anything that I hadn't. So I did mention a couple videos ago that I thought HR had actually changed my punch-in time on one day when I was like 15 or 16 minutes late. Changed my punch to where it was as if I had come in exactly at 7. And looking closer at my A to Z, that's not what they did. They just simply restored my so I'm not getting paid for any extra time that I didn't work, which, you know, fine, whatever. That's I don't really expect that anyway. But they did the hour of UPT that I should have lost over that. They eliminated that. And granted, I was going to put some PTO on it, so now I'm going to be getting a little less money. I mean, I think I could still put PTO on it, but at this point, you know, it's such a small amount of money, I just assume hang on to that PTO should I need it. Broken down vehicle on the right side of the road. That's not a good morning for that guy. Well, it's gonna be so nice to go home and it not be cold. It's like my place has been really cold in the morning now for about 2 weeks. So left the thermostat at 76 degrees. And granted, my thermostat isn't the most accurate thing, but I'm pretty confident it won't be cold when I get home. So I've been meaning to try and buy like a thermometer to actually place near my thermostat. But it's just the last thing on my mind when I'm at the sort of store that would sell something like that. And granted, I could buy it from Amazon. Maybe if I'm lucky, actually use my 10% employee discount that I really haven't taken advantage of over the last year. And most everything that I buy from Amazon ends up being fulfilled by Amazon, but actually sold from a third-party seller, and we're not allowed to use the discounts on that, which sucks. In fact, I think the only thing I've actually used my 10% off discount on so far is a Kentucky Headhunters CD that I've listened to like twice. But anyway, maybe I should buy it online. Buy myself a little thermometer online. Not a bad idea the more I think about it. So I got a pretty eventful weekend ahead of me. Now I did get a push-through message today during my shift that there's plenty of voluntary extra time available to add. So who knows? I might do a 5-hour. I might do a 5-hour shift throughout the course of this weekend just to get a little bit of extra money from Amazon. I wonder if this guy's just driving with his blinker, or if he's actually changing lanes. Changed lanes. He's just driving down the road with his blinker on. I guess, oh, he just changed lanes behind me. I guess he has like zero depth perception. Still got his blinker on. Apparently he's still going further to the right. I wonder if he's actually trying to exit there. 7th Street. Yeah, if so, you missed it, dude. I hope his blinker's off now. That lane is ending, and of course the dick is going to pass me on the right in the lane that is ending. Thanks, dick. Oh, somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to do it? You're out of lane, dude. You're all out of lane. Yeah, you're all out of lane. Asshole. Kissed my bumper. Alright. Ooh, as we come to a stop. Yeah, this is a little heavier traffic than I anticipated. Now I'm kind of wishing I'd have surface streeted it through downtown. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it. I did that yesterday, actually. Kind of left out of work a little bit later than normal, and then was chatting with Alex after the shift. And so it ended up, consequently leaving the parking lot later than normal, so I got caught in more traffic. And by the time I got downtown, instead of it looking at all, like to 27th Avenue or I-17, it just 19th Avenue is like pretty much the latest I'll cut up to I-10. And by then it was still, by the time I made it to 27th Avenue, it was just really clear there was no point in trying to get up to I-10 and come across. So at 27th Avenue, I went south to Jefferson, took Jefferson across, and as I was headed downtown, it occurred to me that I was driving right by the downtown Fry's, and I haven't shopped there in a while, and I could use some groceries. So I actually did some early morning grocery shopping at the downtown Fry's. That was pretty cool. Haven't been there since I was riding the bus to work, so kind of cool to know that that's an option. If traffic flow makes it make more sense to just drive right through downtown Phoenix, that I can always stop en route right there and get groceries. I did make a mistake coming out the parking garage. Like, there's two ways to come out of that parking garage, and one says to Jefferson Street, or one says to Washington Street. Presumably the other one says to Jefferson Street. And I saw Washington Street and thought that's what I wanted, and no, that was not what I wanted. And it took me a couple blocks to realize, oh shit, I'm headed west towards the state capitol. Whoops. And then a couple more blocks to find a place where I could turn left and then turn left again and get back on Jefferson. Which kind of makes me wish that those exit signs, instead of saying Washington to Jefferson, actually said to Jefferson eastbound and to Washington westbound. But, oh well. And then the more I think about that, I realize the average person doesn't know eastbound from westbound. At least that's been my experience when I use those words with other people regarding where I'm going and giving directions and whatnot.
This was a murder-suicide, but we have not been able to confirm that.
Yikes.
But it is just, oh my gosh, so devastating.
I think they're talking about the house in North Phoenix where they found an entire family dead. I haven't followed that whole story. I did see it posted somewhere during the day yesterday. Speaking of terrible things happening, on my third break at work, I was looking at Reddit at the Amazon FC subreddit, and there was actually a shooting today in an Amazon fulfillment center at CLE3 in Cleveland, Ohio. Apparently, some level 1 employee had beef with some other level 1 employee and shot him in the fulfillment center. And it ran out. And they got him and brought him back in. He was being questioned. They posted a picture of him at CLE3 right there in the security area. you come into the warehouse, being patted down by a police officer there in Cleveland. Actually, I think there were 2 Cleveland police officers in the picture. And kind of funny, standing behind them was somebody with a safety vest on. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably a safety violation to bring a gun into the warehouse. Yeah, I guess that becomes safety issues. It's a safety issue when you got employees shooting at other employees. Anyway, pretty wild stuff. So, as I mentioned, I got into work like about 11, almost 11:20, well after second break. Hell, not that long before lunch, less than an hour before lunch. So went into outbound first. That's kind of where even though technically inbound is still my home department, I'm pretty much always working outbound now. Since I've been back to driving forklift, I have spent one day doing totes, and every other day since then I've been doing I've been loading trucks, which I really enjoy, and I've got pretty decent at it. Anyway, Wednesday is always kind of an odd day at GYR3, just because that's when the shifts overlap. That's when there's a lot more than usual people in the warehouse. You've got all the people that work front half, it's their last day of the week, and then all the people that work back half, it's their first day of the week. And the day is generally run by back half AM. So Dustin was there, but he wasn't running the shift. Apparently the robotic palletizer class that was going to be today, the training,
like free breakfast, lunch and dinners, free dry cleaning, free transportation. This entitled generation believes that they are owed the jobs they once had. They've never seen a recession. They've never realized that a company must be profitable to stay in business. In their minds, the employer is evil and has no right to reduce its staff and payroll. So they've set up private safe room communication channels to band together. Some are hoping lawsuits are the answer. Some want to unionize. Others comfort one another, but none of them offer solutions to help the company and save their jobs. Try my new fun Daily Tech podcast called Kim Commando today.
Here's a guy who's got solutions.
Wish I'd have caught the beginning of that. Kim Commando's bit is usually pretty good.
Detour Dan's in the Valley.
She's local here in Phoenix, by the way.
My solutions are usually pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's a nationally syndicated thing, but she's local here in Phoenix.
Eastbound on the 10, that'd be really good advice this morning, because the 10 eastbound's got a wreck at 27th Avenue. That puts it right near the 17 Stack interchange. And right now, we are seeing brake lights on the 10 eastbound.
Wonder if that's the same. Wonder if that's the same accident that I saw on the traffic view on the way in, or if it's another one. Could be either way. Anyway, I won't pass it. Damn near home. Damn.
On 51st Avenue. One of them is south of Bethany Home Road.
I don't know how the heck you roll your vehicle over a country club in Guadalupe. That's just like a surface street strode intersection. I guess you'd call that strode on strode violence. Wow, they forgot to take the school zone signs in. Yeah, whoever the crossing guard is here, they forget those signs a lot. So, anyway, as I was saying, I got in today and went to the kind of the leadership area for the north side docks, just because that's the closest one, for inbound when I'm coming in the building. And I wish I could remember his name. This kind of big dude, not big heavy, like big stocky, like he kind of looks like a football player that I've been kind of working with, not a lot, but a little bit since I've been back to forklift driving. And but he was the AM running the department, and then Alex was actually there with him on the north side. So I came in and it's like, hey, how you guys doing? So as always, not a problem showing up late. Hey, if you've got the UPT or the PTO, it's completely acceptable to show up to Amazon late. It's not like other jobs where that's a problem. You don't have to call in, nothing. Just show up late, whatever. Handle it in your HR app. It does, however, sometimes change what you'll be doing. As I got there, she's like, "Yeah, we've already got plenty of drivers." And I'm like, "No problem." I said, "I kind of expected you would by this time of day." She's like, "Yeah, you may as well just go ahead and check with inbound and see if they need drivers." And I'm like, no, I think I want to go over to. I think I actually want to go over to prep and receive. And she's like, "Well, yeah, if you're trained over there and you got permissions, they could probably use you over there." So I did ask her about the robot class. She wasn't sure. She thought it might be happening later during the day, and she sent a message to Dustin to remind him that I'm still interested in that, and that I am there if he was, planning on having it and didn't. And since I wasn't there, at the beginning of the shift, it's stand up, that he would know that I was there, so interested in it. Apparently, it didn't happen, which that's fine. There's always next week, and the week after, and so on and so forth. I will get trained on the robotic palletizer soon. I know they're wanting to have me available to have more people, not specifically me, but just more bodies that know how to work that. But yeah, I'm sure Dustin's leaning towards more towards me doing it, just because I tend to be pretty productive when I'm working in outbound. And I mean, like, what happened yesterday when I came in, and she's like, and Alice was trying to send me away as a driver, and Dustin was like, no, we're keeping Dan. Dan also water spiders when he drives. That's helpful. So, and I intend to do the same thing if I'm operating the robotic palletizer. I'm not just going to stand there by the palletizer. I intend to still do other stuff. So, and I'm not really sure how that works, but it might be possible for me to operate the palletizer while I'm driving as well. I really don't know if that's something that's allowed to be done at the same time, but I'm sure I'll find out soon. I've certainly never heard of it being done, but I do know there's some times where I'm driving where there's just not a lot to do, and if I can go and fire up another one of the robotic palletizers, that would that might be helpful for the department. Who knows? Anyway, I'm home. I'm ready to go make myself something to eat and try to make sure I'm ready for the party, the Christmas party I'm doing for Cafe Monarch on Sunday. Still I'm scheduled to work on Sunday, so yeah, I'll just be using my UPT for it, which is fine. I got plenty of UPT to cover it. I'm certainly not going to let my karaoke DJ business fall apart as a result of working at Amazon, and especially not, for somebody that's been booking Christmas parties with me for damn near a decade. I'm not losing that. But yeah, I do definitely need to find my projector and make sure that it's up and running, and make sure I've got everything ready to go for Sunday. Anyway, that's about it. Did have a good time working in prep today, and the managers over there seemed pretty happy to see me back. And Daniel, who was my trainer when I was over there, he was actually working as a problem solver in that department, so that was pretty cool. It's always kind of nice to see him. So yeah, for the most part, had a great day working over there. I mean, it was no particularly exciting products that went through my hands, but it's all good. Yeah, that was my morning. So anyway, thanks for coming with me on the drive. And if you enjoy hearing me talk to myself, like and subscribe, because it might get more interesting this weekend. It's possible.